What's up, everybody? Welcome in. I am the Black Enigma. Welcome back to the channel, man. Been dormant for a few months. Hope everybody had a great holiday season, both Thanksgiving and Christmas. Had a happy New Year as well. Today, we're going to be playing Crow Country, one of the most fabulous games ever made. True love letter to survival horror. Now, all of December wasn't a great month for me. I was dealing with illness twice that whole month. One from a severe snowstorm that we had. So I was out of commission for a long time. And for that time, I was playing Crow Country. Beat this game probably like 10, 11 times. I enjoyed it that much. This game gives me Silent Hill and Resident Evil vibes for sure. But I love this game. I had an awesome time playing this. I beat it on both Survival Horror and Murder Crows, and that's what we're going to be starting this walkthrough or playthrough, whatever you want to call it. It's Murder Crows. So Murder Crows essentially is resources are more limited, and enemies are more aggressive. But we're going to maneuver through here, and I'm going to show you how to get to S+ rank in this game. You have to save the game 3 times altogether. But this game is not hard to where you have to, like, okay, I'm scared to do this, I'm scared to do that. I gotta save it before this, before that. Because this game gives you the option to skip certain things, which is another cool factor about this game, and it helps you get the platinum. So in order to get the platinum for this game on PlayStation, you have to beat the mini bosses you have to skip. So I'll show you the steps on how to get the platinum in some cases. Some instances I won't. But I'm gonna let this play. With our protagonist, Mara Forrest. So we're gonna let this roll. Alright guys, we are here. I'm going to give you the basics. So R1 is how you aim your gun. X is how you were to reload. Circle, how you shoot. Now, being that I've beaten this game a multitude of times, we have these crows here. You only get these crows after you beat the game once and you play pretty much essentially New Game Plus. There are 42 crows available throughout the entire game. I'll show you locations of all crows. Just put it in the comments if you want me to go through anything or you have any questions about the game. Alright, we're going to go over here and grab our first med kit. Go to the back of our truck, our car. And we're going to grab some handgun rounds. We're going to load our gun up and we'll get started. These are files here on the trunk. We can read a missing persons report. Atlanta Police Department, 215 Lakewood Way, Atlanta, Georgia, 30315. Name Edward Crow. That is our antagonist for this game. That is the guy we're looking for. We're actually in his carnival. His carnival amusement park. Crow Country. Everything about him is unknown at this point. He was last seen with Mr. Tolman, 42 years old, and he's a male. Last known whereabouts, Crow Country Estate. And that's what he looks like. Mr. Edward Crow. Reported by Natalie Crow. Relation is that his daughter. She's 27. She's a female. Reported to Officer Detective Harrison James, 05061. This is police badge number. So that's giving us all our information about the main players and the story of this game. Alright, we're going to shoot this lock. And we're going to shoot this crow. I want to make these videos segmented so you can be able to follow along as much as you can. Instead of me just running through the whole game and beating it in one swell video, which I can do that. I'm not going to worry about doing that now, though. On Murder Crows, like I said, the resources are limited, so you'll be able to search in trash cans on easier difficulties and find items, whether it be like a med kit, handgun rounds. But on Murder Crows, you will not be able to search in any trash can, so don't bother wasting your time because there will be no items in it. So all trash cans don't have nothing in them on murder crows. You can go here and look at the controls for the game. Should let just be on the screen for a while so you know. Alright. Now we're going to grab this flashlight, because we're going to need it, and you're going to press square to use it. And we already got our first crow. Our second crow would be right here, so don't run too much. It'll be up here. That'll be our second of 42 crows. Alright, come around here behind this light post will be handgun rounds. Reload. It's a book bag here. UFO Tour 1988. It's empty. This one lose it. Take a note. The really cool thing about this game, all this stuff you find in the game portrays to the story. And you read enough files throughout the game and it makes sense. And these here are telling you how to play the game and give you helpful tips throughout the game if you don't know. So like when shooting your bullets, you get close to an enemy, it does more damage. But we're gonna try not to, be close to enemies. So we're gonna go in the bathroom here. And we're gonna pick up this laser. It helps us. And open this door here. We're gonna get another crow. We have to come back through here and grab some magnum ammo. I like getting all the magnum ammo in the game. So once I get to the final boss, I don't have to worry about using my pistol as much. So we're gonna come back through here. Alright, let's go. You're gonna have a bunch of these vases lying around throughout the map. It's all really about what you feel like you want. Right now, I got a large med kit in there. I could take it, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna let it reset because these vases reset as long as you don't bust them open. Once you bust them open, they will be gone for the rest of the game. So I'm gonna let this reset, and hopefully I get a grenade later on. But come around here, grab these shotgun shells. We're gonna go all the way around, and we're gonna shoot these bear traps. Because you don't want to walk into a fucking bear trap when these areas are looted with enemies. Once we come back and we get far into the game, we're going to have a bunch of enemies in this section. But follow this blueprint. I'll show you how to get rid of the enemies quicker. And some of the enemies you're going to have to get rid of early in the game, because they're going to be a nuisance later on once they get surrounded. Alright, come over here by this vending machine. Grab a 4x4. Now we're going to head straight up. Shoot this, and as you can see on the screen, you see our 5th crow behind the Fairytown town sound. So let's go around here. Shoot our 5th crow. Now, these chests, these crates can be 50-50. They can give you nothing or they can give you something. I try not to shoot them because I don't want to waste my ammo as much. Come around here. 2106. Written in blood, is it a code for something? We'll find that out later on in the game. Alright, explain these to you here. These are like electric shock boxes. You can shoot them and they emit electricity, and you can use these. They're like environmental hazards in the map, and they can help you kill enemies quicker. So that's what those are used for. Shoot this bear trap as well. As you can see, I'm in the large med kit. I'm not gonna bust it open because I want it to reset. I'm gonna shoot this stuff, and we get a med kit as well. So, like I said, it's 50-50. Some of them can have things, other ones cannot. I'm gonna go in here. It's a file newspaper we can read there. The Atlanta Globe, May 1986. The Crow Country theme park opening very soon. Cancel your weekend plans with the in-laws and grab your sunglasses. A brand new theme park is opening just a few miles southeast of Atlanta. Explore Fairytown, Haunted Hilltop, and Ocean Kingdom at Crow Country, which promises a day full of fun and adventure for the whole family. The park is owned by one Mr. Edward Crow, a lifelong Atlanta local landowner. Yes, that's right. It appears he named the park after himself. Not much is known about Mr. Crow other than the vague substantial reports that he is exceptionally wealthy. Nonetheless, we look forward to seeing what Crow Country has to offer when it opens its gates this summer. Now, you notice all the dates, right? 1986, 1988. Right? that old school vibe for sure. But we're gonna go over here and you see another crow. So shoot. I hate this one because you can either hit this or you can hit nothing. This is one of the most difficult things to hit. Alright, hit our 6 crow, grab our antidote, and come over here and grab some shotgun shells as well. And these are what these clipboards is like they give you hints around the game. Okay, so if you get stuck on like a puzzle or anything like that, or it'll give you a combination to a puzzle that you need to solve in a whole different area of the map. So the eggs are going missing. I think the kids are stealing it. Luckily, it turns out you can use anything as long as it's the right size and shape. It's weird. I assumed that the eggs were magnetic or something, but apparently not. So take note of that. It's going to take. This is going to help us with this puzzle here once we come back. It all makes sense. So take a look at these staff memos throughout the map, and it'll help you out. So let's get back. The whole edge situation, it makes sense once we get later in the game. And you see at the item reset, it was a large med kit at first, but now it's an antidote. But we still do not want the antidote. We do not. But the code for this, we will get the answer once we help this person here. So let's go and see who this is. Alright, so we're going to give Arthur the healing item. We're going to help him back to our car. Alright. So we took Arthur back to the car. And at this point, you can go back and check on him, and you will get an achievement/trophy for it. But I'm going to wait until we have to go back and collect the shoes. And when I say the shoes, I'll let you know. You guys will know once I grab them. But you can all get the trophy and achievement now, or you can wait till later. I like to typically wait till later. So if you go to where he was standing at, this is his camera, by the way. So let's check his camera out. And it's a photo of what the fuck is that? Just covered in fucking blood. Don't know what it is. Some fucking creature. Right, we go where he was sitting at, and there's a note. Here, check it out. Tree Lady 3184. And the Tree Lady is the fairy. So the code to this keypad is 3184. And we have to solve a riddle in order to open this as well. Come around here, grab these handgun knives. And you're gonna walk through this area, but you're gonna be like, alright. You get the treasure map later in the game. There is a med kit here, but you back up a little bit and look over here. There's yet another crow. So shoot this crow here. Let's grab this med kit, and then we're gonna head up here to the Cosmic Future area, the area that was being worked on, but they stopped all of a sudden. So let's go over here, shoot this. It always have an item here. It could be antidote, shotgun shells, or handgun rounds. It's random. But we're gonna go over here and grab this map. Just let us know where we are. We are in the Cosmic Future, fairy tale land, pretty much, and we'll explore the other sides of the map pretty soon. Come over here and grab our next crow. Look at this note as well. I'll just read it to you. Hey Ed, want some good news? I finally found a good site for our gold mine. It's in Peru, northern Brazil. Just like we wanted, there's a disused mine here. The locals gave up on it years ago. It's still in decent shape, so it shouldn't be too much work to get looking the part. Marv. So take note of that. That guy's important as well. And as you notice, we have these vending machines throughout the map as well. You can interact with these vending machines, kick it, and sometimes an item will pop out. But like I say, on Murder Crows, they give us no items. So vending machines and trash cans are worthless or interacting with because they give us nothing like they would on the other difficulties. There will be a crow in this room, but I don't typically go through here just yet because if we do, the whole area be inhabited with enemies over here. But this is where you get, when you go through here and you clear everything through here, it's where you get the most satisfying piece of music I think should be throughout the entire game, because the music is fabulous in this game as well. But I gotta have this on recording, so we're gonna go through it for this time. And plus we need some items through here as well. So let's go ahead. Let's head through the corridor. We're gonna face our first enemy types. Let's turn our flashlight on. Now, before you head forward, turn your camera around. You're going to see it's a crow hiding right here. This is one of the crows you will miss. It's tucked away. Just from that camera angle, it's hidden very well by the door. But from that camera angle, you'll miss it. So, we're going to go through here. And this is like Everett's little room. And you can see that if you've seen before I run up here, was a face through here, looking at us through the other side of the wall. So remember to get into the fairy pond area. Say this out loud to the fairy. Hear me, O great fairy of the fairy's forest. It's pretty sensitive. It won't work if you have an accent. So sorry, DA. But that's how we get into the fairyland with the fairy. We have to make sure we say that saying in order for her to let us through. All right. Whenever you see a fire, that is your opportunity to save the game. But we're not going to save it, okay? We're going to wait. And you see our next crow. Shoot that. We have 10 crows now. And as you see, this base spawned us handgun ammunition. They gave us handgun rounds because we was generous enough to kill those enemies back there. So, let's get our Alright, this is letting us know how many crows are left in the entire map. We have 32 left. And we come back through here once we have all completed. You get a special costume and a special weapon. But remember, you can't achieve none of this until you complete it on New Game Plus. Alright, let's go over here to this cabinet. If I remember the code, it should be 81999. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. But we'll find a memo containing the code and we'll come back for it. It just lets you know where all the birds and all the treasure and stuff is located. But you won't need it because I'll be able to show you where. I'm going to just pick it up later on. Alright, more tips and tricks. Let's head out of here. And we get some of the best piece of music you'll ever hear once we get out of this area. Nothing over here worth noting. You can check out this right here if you want. Can I ask why the dead site access is that cute little house? Don't you think there's a chance that some kid will want to go looking in there? At the very least, let's keep it locked via the keyhole on the mailbox. Like I say, man, these clipboards here leave you with valuable information. If you're just going in there completely blind without watching any YouTube videos, walkthroughs on it, these clipboards would be your friend. The fire marshal was here this morning. She said the following rooms are due for inspection: Crow's Lounge, the Model Railway, Utility Corridor, Submarine, Crow's Office, Wednesday, Crow's Lab. She also said we need to replace the Ocean Kingdom storeroom door. So just letting us know all the areas we need to go to. And like that note referenced, right, about the mailbox, you'll see what they're talking about now. Run past these spiders. Unfortunately, I got hit there, which is a load of shit, but it's worth it. This is one of the most... I love this music right here, man. This is one of the most fun music. And And you only can get this sound if you go through there and kill those enemies and go through the storage room. So I love to hear this music. This is one of the funnest pieces of music ever. Let's look at my phone. I used to make. I don't really care about taking damage. When trying to get as a plus rank, you can't take as much damage. You only can use 3 health items. But I don't really care at this point. I'm just showing you guys how to get through the game. So I don't really have an expectation to try to ace everything in this world. Let's see what I Alright. This here. Get these handguns. Get this grenade. Don't talk to this fairy. Just like to go in and out to reset those enemies. Alright, remember it's hear me. Oh, great for you on the forest. Fairy's voice. Make sure you say I will. Alright, let's hit through. And we're not going to normally do this puzzle. You have to move this curtain back and reveal the pressure system. And you have to turn the valve. We're not going to do that. We're just going to grab the antidote and shoot our next crow. Because we're not coming back through this area for the rest of the game. So what you need to do instead, aim at this indent inside the tree, shoot it, and get the first key. But a little bit of advice, typically just do this after you go through this room. Because once you go through this room, once you do this puzzle and you go through here, and you come back, there will be an enemy there. But we're going to run past the enemy, so it's fine. But typically come to this room right here first before doing anything. Alright, we're going to examine this wall here. The very last time I went to the theater with Ophelia, we saw an action movie about a cybernetic man from the future. I didn't really get it, but she loved it. She wouldn't stop talking about it. I got to work designing a cyborg crow since I thought she'd like it. I was going to propose it to Everett as a new theme area of the park. After I lost Ophelia, I shelved the project. So this is the project itself, but we look closer. I think the eye is made from a laser sight, and we have the Magnum laser sight. And that is our first secret of the game. So you see in the top left, we have 15 secrets. So I want to show you where the majority of those secrets are. Grab the shotgun rounds, and grab our expo. And since we're not coming back through, let's go ahead and shoot this, and give us a med kit. We can examine this note right here. We took the Ocean Kingdom restaurant Trident. The thing is expensive. And without it, we can't do the happy birthday sea monster song. Someone said they saw it in a Witchwood. I go check, but that place gives me a trip to the store. So it's letting us know the location of a very key item we need later on in the game. There's something behind here, we can't check it. We'll be able to check it in a minute. Alright, we're gonna run past this enemy. And we don't have to worry about coming through this area no more. So let's go over to that mailbox that they mentioned in that note. Unlock this door. Can't do nothing in there yet, but I like to open it early. And then we'll have our first enemy we have to get rid of. You're going to want to get rid of this enemy right here for sure. He is a nuisance, and he covers a lot of ground. So, I'm going to wait for him to get toward this red barrel here. Shoot the red barrel. Let me make his way over here. And when he get over here, throw a grenade. I typically throw a grenade earlier on, but we'll wait for him to get over here. Get away from the barrel. Good enough. kills him. So grenade and a red barrel kills him. So keep that in mind. Alright, we're gonna head back down here, open up this door here. We're gonna grab another grenade and handgun rounds as well. And we have to solve this puzzle a little bit later, and this will give us the flamethrower. Just letting us know another clue. Pull this curtain if you like. This gives you all Tolman's records. If you read that note, things get very intriguing. Let's go and grab our next pro. And you read that note, you be like, prisoner? What prisoner? Something is doing very strange in this amusement park. Open this grenade. And this guy here is Tolman. They label him as the mole. So he's an important character. This person we already know is Everett Pro. And this is his daughter, who filed the missing person report. And that's Natalie Pro. This guy right here is an important figure too. Douglas Pike, the builder. So he's actually the builder of certain stuff we see inside the theme park. You read that one already. So whenever you see this book, it's a collection of the memos we already collected. This is more tips and tricks. Let's head out of here. And we're gonna head to our next area. Turn the camera. Here we go. Alright. We are at the Haunted Hilltop. One of the cooler parts of the game for sure. We're going to go over here. We're going to meet another important person of the story. What are you doing? Trying to get through this door. Alright. Is it locked? Obviously. And this is Julie. She's a bit of a bitch at the beginning, but you warm up to her throughout the game. She's pretty cool. Now, before we leave this area, if we go over here and we walk, and we see that crow is up there, so we're going to shoot our next crow. Make sure you just stay in the middle of this pillar. Aim up. We're going to shoot these as well. These, majority of the time, they give you stuff, but it's like a 20%. Okay, they didn't give us nothing. And it's good to get rid of these two as well, because we're going to have enemies later on. We're going to have to use this red bow to get rid of them. So let's head, grab this map before anything. So now get a map of the Haunted Hilltop. We're gonna come over here, we're gonna have some enemies. Sometimes the enemies will kill themselves with the bear trap on the floor, so I'll try to shoot it, I'll let them walk into it if I can. Or they'll just be stuck over here somewhere. Or we can just do this one. Kill both of them with a grenade and kill and give them a bear trap. So that's what I tend to do. I'm gonna grab this small tank of gasoline. As a staff member, if you're doing maintenance in a haunted manor or trying to access Ocean Kingdom, you'll need the crank handle. It's locked in the safe in the southeast utility corridor. The code for the safe is something to do with the crypt. So more valuable information. This crate here. This will, the majority of these crates in this area will give you stuff more than the other ones will in the other areas. So, be aware of that. Come over here, and we're going to see our next crow. Shoot that. Grab his handgun rounds. And pay attention to the rhythm of this record. As you can see, it hooed 5 times. So it coincides with this bill here. So we had to pull this winch 5 times. And this won't be our first puzzle with this bird. We're gonna have another one once we get to the Ocean Kingdom. So 1, well that's 2. Let's redo it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go on. haunted manor, and we get our first of a few phone conversations. So let's pick up the phone. Hello? You came back. Who is this? I'll admit, I'm glad to see you're up and about. Oh, the tenacity of youth. He just hangs up. Alright, come around here, grab this hand and see this big ass piano right in the middle of the floor. And you see these 3 pillars up top right here, on top of the keyboard, right? On top of the piano. So what you want to do is they represent each picture hanging on the wall here. So 1, 2, 3. Don't worry about this one until you get the flamethrower, because it's going to be an attachment for a flamethrower. It's a secret. These first 2 you're going to do. So this is the first one you want to do because it has shotgun rounds in there. And the way you tell what these puzzles is, harmony will fade, right? Pay attention to the letter. The word is in all capitals. So fade is the word we're looking for. So go over to the keyboard. And once we get to the keyboard and press X, it'll make sense. As you can see, we have all capital letters, right? So we're going to put in fade. And that opens that picture. Shotgun shots. Now, this one is dead, so we're going to focus on punching it dead and then open that picture. Alright. So, I like to clear this area out, so we don't have to deal with none of the enemies once we come through here later on. So, shoot this enemy here. These enemies really showing out for y'all on this, what's it? Oh, this recording. Alright. Let's go over here. Get a grenade. Most of these won't have any items. Most of the lockers won't. But I'm going to keep quiet so you can see what's about to happen. Did y'all hear that? Sounded like a gunshot, right? We're going to investigate that in a minute. Meantime, and you see how once that gunshot hit, there's definite silence of no music, right? We're going to investigate that in a moment. Get rid of this bear trap. Shoot the face, because we want the grenade. At least I do. Check all these lockers while we over here. Nothing. Okay. Let's look at this note. Legal summons. Okay. Now we're gonna check this door. D. Pike, Park Operations. Remember that. Remember that name. We checked it earlier. Remember? Let's go in here. Look at this site, man. Douglas Pike is fucking dead. Let's put his handgun rounds. Let's investigate it. Let's examine the body. Oh shit, he's dead. I guess he shot himself. Should I call the police? There's a handgun lying next to him. I better not touch it. Damn. Douglas Pike killed himself. Sees fucking blood all on the window and everything. Look at this note. The following doors are now locked electronically. Dungeon, mermaid, cyclops, wolf, serpent. Crypt, Ophelia. So take note of every name we just mentioned here. They can only be opened via the dungeon's computer terminal. Take note of everything here. Because one of these doors, whether it's a mermaid, cyclops, wolf, or serpent, they contain an item that we're going to need for later in the game. But each door is something very useful that you're going to need. So I highly recommend doing every door. Alright, let's turn around. We're going to get our next crow. Let's read this staff memo. Edward had his office door electrified, decently high voltage too. I turned off all the mains powers. Damn, what the fuck is that, a typo? All of the main power, but the door was still electrified. So I think he must have hooked it up to a generator somewhere in the underground level. Right, more bit of information for us. And if you haven't collected an antidote in this game at this point, because you're going to need it once we go out here, they give you one for free. Just grab that one and pick it up. Alright, let's look at this blue screen. It's a videotape in the slot. Let's press play. This is a message for Amber Crow from Douglas Park. Edward, we've been friends for over 30 years. You entrusted me with the running of your theme park, a task I have relished. You have always shown me kindness and always paid me well for my work. However, I can no longer remain silent. Edward Crow, your crimes have not gone unnoticed, nor will your sins go unpunished. As for Elaine Marshall, I hope she never forgives us, for none of us deserve it. Goodbye. That's the end. And that's the last video he recorded before he killed himself. So we examine him again. I feel kind of bad for him. And it's just like a model of the parks, the main areas that we have to visit throughout the game. So let's head out. So what has Edward Crow done to Elaine Marshall? We'll find it out once we get to the game. Keep going. Alright, examine this locker here. Let's kick it open. And we can't do it. How about this one? It's a grenade. Take it. Grab this map. I'm gonna come over here. And we have yet another important piece of the story. Miss Natalie Crow. Are you alright, ma'am? My head. I threw up. Hey, it's alright. Don't worry about it. Can I ask, did something happen to you? You only grazed me. I thought I'd be fine though. I don't even know what it is. My head is pounding. My stomach is... right. You were attacked. I feel dizzy. I have something that might make you feel better, at least for a little while. So, I'm going to give her an antidote. You should take this. Alright, we're going to find a bit of information. She won't tell us what he's hiding in there, but I like how she say she filed a police report and they sent Mara, and how Mara was like took offense to it. That was kind of funny. I like that. But if we go back and talk to her, that's all she's gonna give us. Alright, let's roll. Get out of here. I'm gonna shoot this. Nothing. Nothing. Alright, before you go this way, turn your camera and you're gonna see another crow. Let's roll. We're gonna come over here. There'll be another crow as well. And there'll be some shotgun shells stuck behind this corner, so let's grab those. And we're gonna pull up, use this winch to pull up this cover. Alright, so we need examine this. Can someone from maintenance please varnish the Ocean Kingdom storage room door, or else just replace the door entirely? It's made from really old wood and it's starting to crumble. It's not exactly fire safe. Another clue for later on. Come around here, and we're gonna get another grenade. We're going to shoot the head off this mannequin, off the ferry, and reveal that coveted gold key that we need, but we can't get it just yet. As you can see, if I run through here, there is a hose connected up top. This is the way the devs have intended the game puzzle for it to go. We're gonna have to use that item we get later in the game to drop a certain type of liquid and get that key. But coming down here, there are gonna be new enemy types, which are these guys. They charge you and they do a little damage. So I'm not gonna deal with these enemies yet until I go get the shotgun. I'm just gonna go open the door and come back. But you gotta be very careful because they can hear when you run. So it's all about where the game places these enemies. I had no idea what the roots were for. How could I have known? What roots? What are you talking about? There are 7 in total. And I cut them down. Cut them open. You cut them open? What? All but one. We left one intact for posterity. We thought. What a farce. So we have another clue. Now we're just gonna open this door because this guy probably spawned. He'll probably wake up, and that other one will wake up as well. Yep, he's waking up now. So I hate this area because this camera angle fucks me over. So I'm just gonna wait to get the shotgun because I don't want to take no extra damage. I don't need to. So I'm gonna go back this way. We'll come back once we get the shotgun. Alright, let's head through this area. And as you see, Natalie is gone. Do not press this lever just yet, because there are some magnum rounds we have to collect on the other side that you can see through the wall. And we were to hit this lever, the door will be blocking it and we cannot close it again. So we're gonna go through the crypt and then we're gonna go ahead and get the magnum rounds. So let's head out of here. Alright, let's go through the crypt, man. Let's go. You want to take a note of everything in this room. The gravestones, the headstones, take a note of that. The dates and the names before we go through here. But I'm going to show you a quicker way to get rid of it, to get past this puzzle. So let's do it. That opens the gate. But we're going to have to deal with a special enemy behind that gate. So before we do, let's go around and collect this gasoline. Shoot this crow. You can observe these notes if you want to. It gives you a clue about the current area that we in. When reading the gravestones, focus on the names. The birth dates and death dates aren't any use to you, at least for now. Look at the floor in the center of the room. So like what you would typically have to do to stop that clock is it'll tell you. You see I say Solomon Wesselby? You will have to turn this one southwest. You see how I say turn the head? You will have to turn this one facing this way. But shoot the glass is quicker that way, so you don't have to waste time doing that. Now, we're going to come over here to this engraved plaque and read it. Here lies Ophelia, tragically drowned, daughter, sister, human. And you notice how human is capitalized. Take note of that for later on. There will be a secret we have to collect behind it. But let's finish this, shall we? Let's grab the shotgun. Motherfucker breaks, so we can't use it. Alright, so let's deal with this special enemy, shall we? Here. Escape. Kill him. And that's one of the mini bosses of the game. He gets killed pretty quickly. Don't leave this area yet. Look over here, and there will be some handgun rounds. And there's everything we need in this section. Examine this tombstone, because this is the one you need important data on. So Selena, 1805 to 1872. Take note of that date. Let's hit out of here. Alright, let's look at this handwritten letter. It's a letter from Marv. More tips and tricks. Let's read this. I left the shotgun in the submarine. Shark, 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 dolphin. At least I think that's the quickest way. I was never that good at math. So yeah, this is another clue helping us identify how to finish and get the shot. That is the quickest way, just so you know. Right, let's head over here and we'll see our next crow. I'm not gonna go in there just yet. Field trips. Gather the kids in a group outside the haunted manor. Choose an older kid. Get them to ring the doorbell. Nothing will happen. Laughter ensues. So this is specifically telling us about the clue I told you guys earlier about the haunted manor with the bell. So that's what that is. I already told you guys about that one. Alright. We got this book heading towards this safe. So let's read the book. Tom B. Stone, the year Selena died. So remember, I didn't see that name somewhere else just a minute ago, right? We saw that name on the headstone, right? And you remember her death date, her dates were 1805 to 1872. And his book is titled The Year Selena Died. So that gives us our solution for this. So 1872 gives us the combination. We have the crank. So now, let's show Julia how gangster we are. Let her in the room. Finally. Hey, how did you get inside? I went through the crypt. There was this tombstone puzzle and a shotgun and this ticking clock. Okay, I didn't ask for your life story. Oh, sorry. I'm just kidding. You did alright. You did good. Alright. Now there's work to be done. Julie at this point starts coming around. She's a pretty cool character. Let's talk to her. What are you doing? Yeah, I think this is the best spot. The best spot for what? I assume he uses that elevator so he'll see it for sure. Are you talking about Edward Crow? Yeah. Hey, would you help me out with something? Yeah, just agree to help her. Sure, what do you need to do? I need to clear off these tables and then lay out some documents. It won't take a minute. That'll do it. Thanks for the help. For the attention of every crow, you see, there's everything laid out like a crime scene. So we have the incident at the theme park, giving us our information. This is a photo of Elaine Marshall, and it's a medical report. So this medical report seems very similar to what just happened to Natalie, right? And it's a business card of Julie. Let's talk to her again. That takes care of that. Hopefully he'll see it. While I'm here, I'm going to take a look in the cell. Did you go in? I didn't. See, probably for the best. We'll catch you later. Stay out of trouble, alright? Alright. Julie went to the cell. We're going to go to the cell in a moment. Now I'm going to go over here. I typically like to wait because later on when we come through, there'll be enemies in here, but it's fine. Probably grab this gasoline. Awesome. Alright, now we can get our next crow and get out of here. We don't have to come back to this area. Alright, now we're going to head into the cell area. Julia's here. See what she had to say. Well, here we are. The incident that closed down Crow Country. It happened right here. Did you notice it's been deep cleaned? Of course. That in itself is a form of evidence. You mean the fact that they had this room cleaned is proof that something happened, something they want to cover up? Right. No smoke without fire, as they say. No bleach without blood. Oh, that's good. I'm going to start saying that. Alright. So we have this fucking cell. As you can see, there's a crow here. We have another book back here. I'll just examine it. More Thomas records. Alright, so we know Elaine Marshall was in this cell. Let's go over here and grab this handgun ammo. The only way into the cell is this trap door right here. So let's open this door. Let's grab this med kit and shoot this next crow. Alright, 22 out of 42. Alright, we're gonna leave out. No need to talk to Julie anymore. I'm going to save it here, and then we'll pick it up later on. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.